Hello and welcome to another anime review on AnimeEveryday. In this video I'll be reviewing the anime series Black Lagoon. If you're looking for an all-out action series that doesn't mess around with pointless things like romance or lovey-dovey plots and focuses more on blowing shit up, then Black Lagoon is the show for you. Welcome to my review of arguably the best action anime series, Black Lagoon. The story of Black Lagoon is a simple one. We follow our main protagonist Rock, who, after a series of unfortunate events, ends up being adopted into a band of mercenaries. Included in Rock's new group of friends is Revy, Dutch and Benny. This is pretty much as deep as the story goes. Throughout the series we follow the group as they take on different tasks that all inevitably end in an epic gunfight or battle scene. Don't go into Black Lagoon expecting a deep story with dramatic twists and emotional romance scenes. It just isn't that kind of show. But this is not a bad thing. A series or movie doesn't have to have a strong story to be good. As long as they can back it up with an incredible amount of action and badassery, then it's fine. Black Lagoon is a prime example of this. Why do you need a love triangle plot when you can have the elegance of Revy dancing through a boat killing countless Nazis all on her own? When you have a show as fun and exciting as Black Lagoon, you don't need much of a plot. All you need is a plot that can sprout opportunities for action, and Black Lagoons does just that. Definitely one of Black Lagoon's best attributes, the animation. Madhouse have done a great job of animating this series, and it wasn't an easy one to bring to life either. Black Lagoon challenged the animators as they had to animate gun battles and vehicle explosions in almost every place imaginable. Like I mentioned at the start of the review, I believe Black Lagoon is one of the best action series anime has to offer. Everything from boat chases in the Caribbean Ocean to gunfights in the murky streets of Ruanabar. At points it's hard to take your eyes off how well animated and choreographed the fight scenes were. Some fight scenes lasted a whole episode without losing their speed or momentum, which I can't say about many other anime shows. In terms of animation, I have to give Madhouse full marks. Very good job. The character designs from Black Lagoon are surprisingly good. When you read the premise of this story, you think it would just be generic, one-dimensional criminals hiding in an abandoned warehouse, but they've actually done a great job with the character design, and there's quite a lot of characters in the show despite the lack of story. Again, I have to give full marks for character design. Never felt like I was just watching a previous villain with a different haircut, and it really immersed me into the life as a mercenary. Much like the story of Black Lagoon, the soundtrack really isn't anything special, but it does its job. It supports the action scenes very well with some really nice guitar songs, and there's some tracks in there that do a really good job of building up tension. Overall, the soundtrack is there to hype up the action scenes and make everything seem a little bit more epic, which it does. I can't say it's a bad soundtrack, because it's not, but I can't rate it very high due to it being very standard. My favourite part about Black Lagoon is probably the characters. In fact, Revy is probably one of my favourite characters from any anime. We do get some information about her backstory and how she came to be such a crazy, badass character. All you need to do is give Revy a few guns, a group of bandits to shoot at and a new interesting location, and you have the perfect formula for why I love Revy. These scenes are definitely some of the best action scenes in anime, and they're made even better by the fact that it's such an epic character performing them. The rest of the Black Lagoon crew, Rock, Dutch and Benny, are also quite enjoyable to watch. Dutch plays the laid-back, cool-headed black guy who seems to be the only one in the show that has even an ounce of sanity left. Benny plays the computer tech guy, and although he doesn't get that much screen time, it does make it a little bit more believable that this group could actually work in real life. And finally, our main protagonist, Rock. Rock, at points, plays the helpless newbie that seems to be lost in the underground world of gangs and crime. And yes, he does start out as that, but as the story progresses, he starts to fit in with everyone else and actually develops quite a personality. By the end of the series, you actually feel like he's part of the Black Lagoon crew. Now let's talk about the side characters. As you would expect from a city full of mafias and gangs, there's a lot of different people who make up said gangs. Each group is given a detailed design, backstory, and is included in the main story of Black Lagoon quite a lot. Of course I won't mention all of them, but I have to give credit to the character Balalaika, and what she brings to the story. Basically, she's the boss of Hotel Moscow, a group of the most badass Russian war veterans you can get your hands on. After the war was over, Balalaika and her men couldn't return to normal life, so they adopted the life of a criminal mafia gang. They work a lot with our main cast and help to create even more badass action scenes with the help of highly trained Russian soldiers. Black Lagoon breeds so many strong female characters, which is very rare as normally the female characters in shows are just useless, only there to add sex appeal. But in Black Lagoon, the female characters are just as, or even more entertaining than the male characters. Overall, the characters in Black Lagoon are very well done and probably one of the most enjoyable aspects to the show. To conclude my review of Black Lagoon, I'm going to say that this show was one of the most enjoyable anime shows I've ever seen. It might not be too strong in the story department, but that's more than made up for with the sheer enjoyment of the action and the characters. Black Lagoon is a series where you'll enjoy every minute, and you'll be left wanting more after every single episode. I think what makes Black Lagoon a little bit more enjoyable than other action series is that it's believable. There aren't any superpowers, giant robots or laser beams, it's just pure gunfights, vehicle chases and epic explosions. Everything in Black Lagoon was made to a very high standard, and by the end you'll feel like you can take on the streets of Ranipur, start a mafia gang and take on the criminal underworld. For legal reasons, please don't do that. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Black Lagoon. If you did, you can help me out by clicking the like button and or sharing it on your social media websites. Also, if you would like to see more of my reviews, you can click the subscribe button and click on some of the links on the screen. Thank you very much for watching my review. Goodbye.